All right, guys, welcome to the Casual EAL. This is the Ionian division. I'm your host, Randomonium, here with Nahubi and Senpai. They're going to be my co-casters. We've got a very exciting matchup today. We've got Too Fat to Kite versus Wasted Potential. We're already into the pro draft right now. And what do you guys think about this matchup?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
I'm pretty excited. I was gonna be honest. I was confused with Two Fight Cat or Kite. Sorry, not cat. For a second there, I thought it was something that was written mistakenly. I didn't even notice that was their actual name. That's awesome. Their band's pretty interesting, huh?
Yeah, so I actually really like the Kaiza band from Too Fat to Kite. The 80 carry for Wasted Potential, Azingi, he's one of the highest ranked players in our division at Diamond 2, and he's got 286 games on Kaiza this season alone. So definitely somebody you want to ban out. His next most played is the Lucian at 54 games, so it makes sense that he locks in the Lucian. And the support for Wasted Potential is basically a Nami one trick, so I'm actually very surprised that Too Fat to Kite did not ban out the Nami.
Yeah. Very interesting. So now that since they've banned him out, or well, not banned him out. So now since he probably has his pick, do you think that Lucian's probably his pick or no?
I think the Lucian is definitely his pick. It's his second most played 80 carry. So that's definitely going to go to him. I do like the Jin ban and the Nautilus ban from Wasted Potential. The support for Too Fat to Kite, his most played champion is that Nautilus at 208 games. And the Jin is the most played bot laner for Too Fat to Kite as well.
Understandable. So who do you think that they should be looking to set up with now? Too Fat to Kite. That's tongue twister for me.
So Too Fat to Kite, the Sejuani band actually surprises me. Their jungler doesn't really play that much Sejuani from what I know on Wasted Potential. I like the Renekton band from Wasted Potential. That is the most played champion for the top laner of Too Fat to Kite. I would expect maybe an Echo band to end out the draft because that's the most played mid laner on the side of Too Fat to Kite. Or they could continue to try and ban out potentially. Oh, they're going for the Vel'Koz. Zane's Vel'Koz is also very good, so that's probably a good ban as well. Okay. And the Pantheon, I'm surprised at these bans on Too Fat to Kite's side. Because wanting the Pantheon, I would not expect those bans because those are not commonly played champions on Wasted Potential's side.
Yeah, I wonder if they've seen something, maybe practicing or scrims that we haven't seen.
Potentially, yeah. Shen coming out on the side of Wasted Potential. This is definitely a pick that I was looking for. It definitely looks like they're trying to set up Azingi to be the carry right now, being that he's one of the highest ranked players in the entire league. And the Gnar and the Sylas coming out. Zane, very good Sylas player. The Gnar is actually pretty low down on the list of champions that Skill Philosophy plays, but if that's what he feels comfortable into the Shen, then all for it. Ooh, and the Olaf to round out the draft. What do you think about that?
I'm assuming he's maybe jungle?
Yeah, I definitely think it's the Olaf jungle Shen top, but I mean, it could be a Shen jungle. I mean, it's not unheard of.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm not actually against the Shen jungle. Like, go bot, mid, top, whatever. That's good. But looking at these two comps, what do you think personally? Who's got the advantage here?
So I actually was hoping that Too Fat to Kite was going to draft more assassins and catch potential, because the bot lane for Wasted Potential is just absolutely phenomenal. They're arguably the best bot lane in the entire league if you go by a rankings perspective and amount of time played perspective. So I would expect them to have drafted more assassins. Like one of the most played junglers on Too Fat to Kite side, I believe, is the Kazakhs. So I'm actually surprised they didn't go more for the bursty assassin style of play.
Yeah, I actually really like the Olaf pick, because it looks like Too Fat to Kite sort of built around like a team fight. Definitely three frontliners and, well, kind of. I mean, you could say Silas is a frontliner as well, but Jinx is really going to be the only backline, and it's going to be pretty difficult to get to her with the Nunu, the Leona, the Gnar. I'm sure they're all going to be definitely trying to kite out anybody that tries to get to that Jinx. And so late game, the Olaf can just run at her. I think is definitely a very good pick.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point, is the fact that Too Fat to Kite did draft a lot of late game scaling potential with its Jinx. If Jinx gets 3 items, she becomes an absolute powerhouse in the late game. She definitely outscales the Lucian. So Lucian Nami has to be able to punish this Jinx Leona lane early.
Yeah, Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I really do feel like Wasted Potential is going to be a huge early game. They do have some decent scaling with Nico Shen, with Shen split pushing. I think that he'll end up doing better than Gnar, unless Gnar goes for a split push build, but then his team fight will be a little lower. But I do think that they're significantly more early game than Too Fat to Kite.
Yeah, I agree completely. Wasted Potential has got to get that Olaf has got to make an impact early, because the Nunu will definitely outscale him. The Jinx is going to outscale the Lucian. So yeah, they definitely have to get that early game advantage, start unlocking the map, and then be able to start rotating around to different towers.
Mm-hmm. I have a question for both of you. Since we were talking about Wasted Potential's very good potential in the bot lane, what would you guys say that Too Fat to Kite's win conditions here are in order to win against that?
They have 2 possible win conditions. They either shut down the bot lane, or they play passive and give themselves enough time to outscale Wasted Potential's draft, because Wasted Potential did draft very early game focus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only winning lane for Too Fat to Kite is going to be the top side. I think Nico does better than Silas. I'm not a mid lane player, so I'm not entirely sure on that one. But I do know that Lucian Nami is going to abuse the Leona and Jinx. So I think that they're definitely going to have to scale up, which is exactly what their comp wants to do anyways. I feel like it's interesting that we have Okay, never mind. It was showing Ghost Cleanse for Silas on my screen. But yeah, he ended up changing to Flash TP. So I definitely think it's just scaling for Too Fat to Kite. And Wasted Potential is definitely going to have to put the pressure on early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would expect that there's going to be a level 6 play bot lane, but between the Shen TP, Olaf with his ultimate, and a Nico roam down. So if Hot Honey is able to get the push in against Zane in the mid lane, I would expect that Nico to be roaming bot and trying to look for a dive.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely really good that the Silas took TP. If Nico pushes too heavily and does go for the roam, he can counter with the TP. And then if the Nico doesn't end up shoving heavily and just wants to try to outtrade him in lane, he has the TP to get back to lane anyway. So really good idea.
Do we know if Edaclays, I don't know how to say the top laner of Too Fat to Kite's name, do we know that if he's really that good on Gnar?
I think he's decent. He's got at least a few games on it. But traditionally, I've thought that Shen is actually a pretty good matchup into Gnar. I guess it's more of a skill matchup, but from what I've seen recently, it's been more Shen favored.
Okay.
What I'm actually really interested in is actually the jungle matchup. Because I actually didn't realize this, but actually Lightning is a sub. He's actually not the normal jungler for Too Fat to Kite. So they're bringing in a sub jungler. So I'm very curious if he's going to be able to hold up against Toxic Jungler on the side of Wasted Potential.
Yeah, he could be a sleeper Nunu. He could have this all under the under. I don't know the term. Whatever. Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting matchup, and we should be able to see how this goes.
Yeah, this is going to be a very traditional early game focused comp versus a late game focused comp, and it's just to be a question of whether the late game focused comp can weather the storm and be able to just basically hold off until they can get their scaling done. So we got about 15 seconds left in the spectator delay. What are your guys' predictions for the game?
Well, I just want to point out that their names, Too Fat to Kite and Wasted Potential, are kind of hilarious because they can be, they like a waste, like wasted potential. Okay. Anyways, yes, I think somebody said in chat that Wasted Potential actually has a sub for their jungle as well. Toxic Jungler is not on their team normally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're correct. Yeah, that is a sub for their team as well. So sub jungler versus sub jungler. Very interested to see who's going to win that one.
Well, with that, my prediction would have to still probably be Wasted Potential. I feel like that as long as they play their cards right, their bot lane will be able to carry them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they have a lot frontline for Too Fat to Kite, but I think Wasted Potential knows what they're probably doing in this. They might have it.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you. I do feel like Wasted Potential, at least on paper, is the better team. It's going to be interesting to see if Too Fat to Kite can just weather the early game storm and just stall this game out to 30 or 40 minutes so that at the point where their scaling will just take over.
Yeah. Playing both Nami and Leona, Leona is not the champion that you want to be running into a double ranged lane. So we're going to have to see how well their bot lane does against the double range because, as Leona, she's going to be really, really poked out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we're seeing standard 5 points from both teams. No invades on either side. Both jungles are positioning around top side of the map, but I'm curious to see if they're both going to actually stay there or if they're going to both go to their red buffs or get a bot side leash, which is kind of standard. Olaf is pinging to go for the Raptor, so maybe he's going to get a leash from the Nico if she just shoots her Q over the wall.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's actually a really interesting idea because that means that both lanes could get push potential and they would disguise where the Olaf is starting from.
Yeah, I mean, if Too Fat to Kite's smart about it though, they'll see that the Nico has lost mana and just know that he started Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the game is underway. There's 2 games, right? I hate that ass.
Yeah, I believe there is 2 games tonight.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. So, first game, let's see who gets the win on this one. It's all started underway.
So it looks like Lucian Nami did do a fake leash on the bot side. So unless they were paying attention, they're probably going to think that Olaf started at his blue.
Yeah, so Olaf's going to be able to hide himself in the jungle really well. We'll see we'll see if he'll be able to do anything about that with a possible early gank top.
With an early gank for top lane, do you think that would be what they're going for? Is pushing top because they have full faith in the bot lane?
It definitely could be a good play, especially since the Gnar looks like he's pushing in, but it looks like Olaf is going to go for a standard full clear, so he hits level 4 pretty early, and then he may be looking towards the bot side of the map. It looks like bot lane is also pushing in the favor of the Jinx and the Leona.
Yeah, they'll want that lane shoved hit the tower and back in probably like the next minute or so. Otherwise, they're going to be in a really bad position when this Olaf comes through.
Yeah, but they probably think that the Olaf is topside right now. That's the thing.
Yup.
So they think they're safe.
Could be a big play if it works out well.
Yeah, so if the Lucian plays this smart, he's going to thin the wave enough that it actually doesn't hit the tower, and he'll just try to freeze it right outside of tower range, if possible.
Go.
Olaf is coming down right now.
Olaf
He lands his first axe.
Yep.
Flash from the Jinx.
And nothing much.
So that's Ghost burned for the Olaf and Flash burned for the Jinx.
Yeah, I think that's definitely significantly better for the Olaf.
Top lane, Nunu. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say he might dive it. No, it backs off. Nothing goes on.
So Flash burned by the Shen. He obviously didn't have his taunt was on cooldown. But if the Nunu had continued that dive, then that taunt I think was almost off cooldown again.
Ooh, Lucian going in. Getting some poke. I don't know if this is going to be much more than a poke, yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting hyped for it. I was ready to see it.
Nunu is wasting a lot of time on top side. Looks like they were thinking about a dive, and now he's back in.
So, for right now, what should we be looking for to see for Too Fat to Kite for the bot lane?
They don't have to do anything. They just have to not die. Just farm as well as you can. Be super passive.
Mm-hmm.
Only engage when you've got a Nunu coming in, basically.
Okay.
So they don't have to. They don't have to really do anything right now.
Control. Okay. There's a lot of going on. I'm choking a little bit. Sorry.
That's the flash out from the Nami. Ignite is used by the Leona.
Yeah, they have a heal advantage now. But this is
Leona
definitely
goes
not
back
the way
in.
he wanted to go
Nunu
in.
coming in.
Oh, heals goes down.
Knock up with the snowball on the Nami. The Nami is going to fall. Lucian's out of place here.
First blood by the Lucian, but it's traded back. He's able to dash out though. Well played by Zingy to get out.
Yeah, he's gonna pop
But
this.
he's gonna try to pop the blast cone, or maybe not. He's going the other direction. He might be looking for an execute.
Olaf looking like he's gonna come top for a gank. The taunt.
Lucian is not gonna get the execute.
Oh,
he did!
He did get the
Wow,
execute.
well played. Well
The
played by
Olaf,
Lucian.
the Olaf got some axes, but nothing really much. An ult down for Gnar though. Besides that, not much at the top.
That's a Nika ultimate, forcing out the flash from the Silas.
Yeah, no ignite, so she can't finish this. And he has TP, so as long as he doesn't die right here, okay.
Ooh, wow. Well played by the Nico. Able to get the 1v1 kill against Silas. Shen is actually in a really good position in top lane, too. He's got that wave frozen, and Gnar is not using his TP. Nunu looks like he's looking for a gank mid.
Yep.
Nico cancels her back. Olaf is in the area.
I didn't quite see that. Did the Nunu throw that at the mimic from Nico?
No, I think he thought that she was under tower, and she was not under tower.
Oh, okay. Oh, then it was it.
So delaying that back was actually really good because now Silas gets the push in. He's going to deny a few minions from the Nico. Looks like Olaf is going to come down and clean that up though.
Yeah, Olaf is definitely out jungling the Nunu right now. He's almost up 10 CS, and he's had I think a lot more.
Olaf having to ult to get away from the Silas.
Yeah, defensive ult from the Olaf. It's on a pretty short cooldown though. Oh, Ghost was also used by the Olaf. That's going to be the cue for them to start up the air Drake.
pretty free air Drake right there.
So far we're 8 minutes in, and I don't know if Wasted Potential has done enough so far.
Nico trying to go in for an ult, a cheeky little ult on the Silas, not landing it. So it's ult down on Nico.
Yeah, this
Olaf
is
and
definitely
Nunu
looking,
are both bot.
This is definitely looking better and better for Too Fat to Kite.
Yep. Lucian going in on the Jinx. The Nami getting the stun on the Leona. The Leona's caught out.
She's definitely gonna... She does not have flash, so she should be going down. They want to give the kill to Lucian, and they do. Ooh, Silas is out of mana. He's definitely gonna have to back.
That was close. So...
Ooh, Shen lands the taunt under tower.
Ooh,
that is a kill.
Nice. And Nami going in for the Jinx.
Oh, she gets rooted, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
Still going for it. She's gonna get caught out.
Yeah, I think she was trying to stop the backs, but she may have gone a little bit too far.
Yep, a little bit too risky of a down from Leona.
Yeah, she's definitely gone, and Nunu takes the kill. That's something you definitely wanted to give to the Jinx.
Man, I think it was the the Bomby Cinder that took it. I don't think he ought to. Bit unlucky.
Yep. So now the Lucian's got 2 kills, and he's got a bounty to his name. He's almost at Bork.
Let's see. I mean, looking at right now, the bot lane, do we feel like they need to do more to stop the Lucian?
They don't have to do anything to stop the Lucian. I feel like the Lucian's got to do a bit more to... he's got to get at least 1 more tower plate or 2 in order for this to be a successful early game.
Yeah, I completely agree. Because the Jinx is just going to outscale so hard. She's keeping up with CS. She's actually probably ahead because of the Leona. Taking some of it with the Targons. So, actually, I can check. So, the Lucian's only up about 700 gold. Actually, almost slightly less, like 650. So, yeah, I definitely agree. He's going to have to be doing a little bit more.
Nico ulting.
She gets it off, and she gets a Shen ultimate as well.
She's going to be able to fight Nunu's ulting.
Olaf is almost there. He can turn this, eventually. There's a split focus, though. They're not targeting the same people.
Ooh, wow.
Lucian's coming in.
Yeah, the roam from top lane.
Gnar ult on 2 people. Not going to be able to do much with it, but maybe save the Leona. Okay.
Wow. Great cleanup from the Lucian.
Yeah, that was a really good roam from bot lane.
It was good timing.
So that looked like it was going to initially go towards Too Fat to Kite, but the Lucian roam makes it so that it's a favorable trade for Wasted Potential. Jinx does get a little bit of free time on the turret and gets 1 plate in response, but I don't know if that's worth.
No, the lane is not in their favor. Well, Lucian's going to shove it anyways. But I actually find it quite interesting. The Leona ended up getting Sweeper really early before she could even get wards, so there was no vision of the Lucian roaming at all. Maybe had she kept the regular ward and placed it in the river, and they saw both Lucian and Nami coming, they would have canceled that team fight.
Ooh, Nunu stole
the Herald. Ooh. And Olaf dying too as well.
Let's see if they can get a trade kill, though.
Ooh, Nico getting an ult down. Silas stealing Shen's ult. Trying to ult. This is Nico. Didn't do much there.
They need to focus the Silas.
Yep. Silas is down. Nico's low. Gnar's trying to go in for it. Just giving up.
He's gonna get Mega. They should back off.
Yep.
Oh, he wants to go for it, though.
He missed the stun. Oh, man.
Well played by Shen.
Well played indeed.
I do want to comment that Wasted Potential has got 5 vision wards on the map. Every single person has a vision ward down. That's like really well. They completely control the river right now as far as vision is concerned.
Yeah. So looking at this, it looks like Too Fat to Kite is falling behind.
Yeah, they're fighting way too much. They don't need to fight this early in the game. They've got the scaling composition. That steal that they got on the Rift Herald was great. If the Nunu goes down and it's only one death, that's still worth because you can turn that Rift Herald into plates.
And they're going for another fight. They got the Leona ult on the Nami. They focused the Nami, got her down. Lucian ulting and getting away.
Ooh, they're gonna be able to secure this Drake too because it's basically a free leash from the Olaf.
Oh, he should have not done that.
Yeah, I believe that's a little bit wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Nico can come and steal this.
Well. No, she didn't get it.
It was close.
And
now this gold is going to go over to the Nunu, the plate gold. Actually, if they didn't even get it, they weren't in range to get the plate gold, I don't think.
No, I didn't see any gold on him.
Silas going in on the Nico ulting, or Silas using Nico ult. Getting her. Give it to the Jinx too.
So Too Fat to Kite is playing really well around these neutral objectives. They got 2 Drakes, they got the Rift Herald, but it was a poor use of the Rift Herald, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think they ended up getting any of those plates. And now it's too late.
Yep.
Do you think that they were possibly still worried about them taking the dragon?
I don't think so. They forced the Olaf out pretty hard. And the Silence definitely had the priority in mid lane.
Yeah, plus Nunu left. If they were worried about Olaf taking, Nunu would have stayed there because, I mean, his consume would have just secured it 100%. Instead, he went to lane and used that Rift Herald.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were trying to push their lead a little bit too heavily. Like, they are so late game compared to Wasted Potential. I feel like they could have just held that Rift Herald. They're getting so much that they shouldn't be getting right now anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the gold lead is less than 1,000 for Wasted Potential. So I feel like the clock is going to strike midnight pretty soon. Wasted Potential's got to do something.
Yeah, I think 20-25 minutes. We'll be looking at just definitely heavily in Too Fat to Kite's favor.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to comment that it's interesting to see that a lot of the vision that was on the red side is now gone to the blue side. Nico, Silas having to flash out and use Olaf's ult to get away from their CC.
That was really smart.
Well done by the Silas. He did have to blow his flash, but this top tower is about to go down in favor of the Gnar. He needs one more demolish proc and he'll get it.
Yeah, I definitely think Nunu should be topside for just a little bit.
Nunu getting the knockup on the Nico. The Nico trying to disguise out, but not much that she could do there.
Mm-hmm.
Not much.
Oh, gets the taunt again, but he's about to go Mega.
Yeah. I feel Mega. Shen's low.
Yeah, Shen's gonna back. Gnar, yeah, Gnar shoves. Nunu just comes up top for pressure, and they get the first tower.
Yep. Oh,
Olaf's sitting in this bush right now.
Yeah, that was way too noticeable. Yeah, Nunu can just walk into this.
Yeah.
He does have the Shen. He does have the taunt under tower, but he just taunts away. Probably just safe for play.
True. Oh, they were able to stop Olaf's back. Olaf trying to get out of there. Has to ult. Save.
He does use the Ragnarok. The Ignite is down.
Shen ult.
Yeah, but that's worth, I think. You get the Shen ultimate out.
Oh, definitely. And they're going to get pressure on this tower. I mean, Shen can stay, but there's 3 people here.
And then Shen taunting the Leona.
Ooh, well done. They're going to be able to turn this.
Yeah, I think Silas walking in there just sort of forced his team in. I think he could have just backed out.
I think they thought they could take that with the tower going down, but the Lucian played that very well, very patiently, and was able to stay safe from that Silas. So they wasted all of their abilities on the Shen instead. So Wasted Potential is able to get a tower back. So now it's 2 towers to 1 in favor of Too Fat to Kite. But Wasted Potential still has the gold advantage, about 1,000 gold.
Yeah, about actually almost all of that is on the Lucian. Lucian's about 900 gold up.
They definitely have it on the right person. I think that they need to... This Drake has got to be their fight. They've got to burst open the game with this fight. Otherwise, the Jinx is going to start to outscale. Jinx is on 2 items now. They're a bit late. I don't know if they want to check into this. Yeah, looks like they're going to give it up.
I think that's okay, though.
If they can get some more damage on top tower, it could potentially be worth.
Yeah, I think, well, and he's going to get a pick here, too.
Ooh, well done by the Lucian.
The Nami ult coming out and the Leona ult. She really tried to get out of there, but able to escape.
That's a lot of damage going. Yeah, a lot of damage on top tower. That should equalize 2 to 2.
Yeah, and Ocean
Wasted Potential does. Yeah, Wasted Potential does have priority in mid. Pretty big wave too.
That Nars chasing down the Shen. I'm just assuming because he knows all the rest of the 4 is staying mid, pushing that.
Flash forward. Oh, that was so close.
Very close by the Lucian.
And now we got the pick up. The new diving right into the middle.
Probably gonna die for this.
Yep.
Ooh.
Jinx ult not managed to hit the Lucian. I don't know if it would have killed him though. Would it?
No, I don't think it would have.
Yeah, I agree.
If they're able to stop some of the backs, this could be very good for Too Fat to Kite. They could get a counter push, potentially get mid outer.
Make it 3 to 3. Red team Baron.
It looks like the Jinx back, so yeah, they're not gonna get enough pressure on mid lane. It looks like Wasted Potential is struggling a little bit with their lane assignments right now. Lucian's going bot. Baron is on the table, but it is a bit early.
Yeah, there's no mountains. I don't think anybody can really take it. So, I mean, they could have froze top and bottom and tried to get a little bit ahead where they are behind just with their comp right now, while the other 3 just, you know, cleared CS at mid, but they decided to push it anyways. But it looks like Nara's going to push it back to him, so have a second go.
I mean, it looks like Too Fat to Kite is doing the best they can with watching the Gnar trying to escape this, having the
2-man Gnar ultimate.
Jump over. With Silas ult up there?
Yeah, he sealed the Shen ultimate. Nunu ultimate full charge.
Yeah, they're gonna trade 3 for this.
Ooh.
1 down, Gnar's down. Nunu's trying to snowball out, but not gonna be able to make it.
So that's 2 down. They should try to pressure the Baron now.
Feel as if they can take this pretty easily as well.
It's pretty early. If they are able to contest a little bit, the Baron damage is very significant right now.
Yeah, Lucian has Bork though, so I think it'll be going down a little bit faster than we expect, but it's still going to be very slow.
Leona
TP coming in from Silas. He's full health again.
Leona trying to do some damage, but getting
They
caught
peel
out.
off. Baron still hasn't reset at 6,000 health. Yeah, they're pinging back off.
Yep.
They're gonna go onto the Lucian instead. Or the Silas.
Yeah. Silas using his ult again.
That was really well executed by Wasted Potential. They realized that they weren't going to be able to DPS the Baron down in time. They pulled off, were able to get quite a few picks. Now they're in a pretty good spot for the upcoming Drake that's coming up.
Yeah, just like what, 5 minutes ago, they were only up maybe 1,500. They're up almost 6,000 now.
Yep. Lucian looks like he's going towards an Infinity Edge next. If he hits that power spike, he's going to be pretty scary.
I mean, Lucian going in on this Gnar, ulting on him.
He's trying to poke the Gnar out so that way they can get the Drake control. Shen is still pushing top. He does have ultimate.
So talking about scalability for too fat to kite, what do they need to do right now in order to get to that position? Because they are, it looks like they're taking every fight and not winning too many.
Yeah, so they just gotta stop taking fights. Just use wave control mainly.
Yeah, I don't even need to fight this.
Yeah, they shouldn't even get this ocean.
It's a 25-minute ocean. It's gonna be one ocean. It's not that much.
Like they are going to be into a team fight. Nunu against CC. Nunu trying to do some. 5 man.
Jinx is free firing, but Lucian finally gets on her.
Gnar trying to go for the Nami and being taken down by the Olaf. I don't think he'll be able to make it out.
So they definitely want to push mid here. Yep. They're pinging on it for mid inner tower. This is definitely the right play. Nunu is still up, but all the wave clear on the side of Too Fat to Kite is gone. They can get at least 1 tower, potentially 2.
Yeah, I think that was almost the best fight that Too Fat to Kite could have asked for. Jinx pretty much free autoed that whole fight.
Yeah, their mid laner Silas got an amazing ultimate off. He stole the Nico ultimate. Jinx was free firing, and they still lost that fight. So yeah, they still needed more time to scale.
Yeah, mid lane is pushed right now. I think that they should just let the Jinx just freeze it. There's really nothing they need to be focusing on. They can shove up mid bot lane. Neither of them have TP though, so maybe they have to sort of give up bot lane for the possible Baron, because they don't have any vision on Baron either, I believe.
That is correct. So yeah, they're in a very vulnerable spot right now with Silas pushing bot lane. So if I was Wasted Potential right now, I would be dipping into Fog of War. I'd start clearing out any wards around the Baron and forcing them to start coming to me.
Yeah, they definitely lost some of their vision over the game. I know you were talking earlier, they had 5 pinks up. Now they only have that singular pink, and it's not really doing all that much.
Yeah, as the players are getting items, they're running out of item slots. Lucian gets a full ultimate onto the Gnar again, takes him down to about half health though. That is going to force Gnar to back. Shen's going bot lane. I love this play because Shen's got TP. Nobody can go to stop the Shen right now. So they're going to be putting Too Fat to Kite in a really difficult spot where they're either going to have to give up their bot inner tower or they're going to have to give up the Baron.
Yeah, it looks like Gnar's going to go down match, but that means he won't be there for a possible Baron fight. I guess it matters if Wasted Potential knows that he doesn't have TP or not.
Yeah, hopefully they are tracking those timers. I would expect these players to be tracking the timers right now.
I mean, it looks like they have all of the lanes in the proper position to force a Baron, but they're just sort of dilly-dallying mid lane.
Yeah, they're being a little bit indecisive right now. There's still 1 or 2 wards that they haven't been able to clear out yet.
So I've been talking and asking about Too Fat to Kite, and how they could win. Looking at I can't remember their name.
Wasted potential?
Yeah, wasted potential. Thank you. Wasted potential. What do they need to do in order to clear out the game?
They need to bait them into a Baron fight before Jinx gets. Well, Jinx is on 3 items now, so she's about where her power spike is. But definitely before Jinx gets 4 items, they want to force this Baron.
Lucian getting the ult on the Gnar again. Not going to manage to kill him. Gnar getting away.
So they missed their window with the TPs now. TPs are coming back up for Gnar and Sylas.
Shen also has ulti up.
Mm-hmm.
Ulti to help him in the fight.
Yeah, and the damage from the 80 carries is the exact same.
Jinx got caught. She uses stopwatch.
Nico ulting and getting only 2 of them. Managing to
Sylas came in stealing the Shen ult.
Sylas and Jinx.
Lucian's got the tower aggro though.
Nami's got it now too, yeah.
Yep. They don't have a wave.
Don't have a wave. They do Baron now.
They definitely want to go towards Baron. Death timers are long enough.
I feel like this is just a free Baron.
Yep, Lucian should be able to lifesteal off of the Baron. Same with the Olaf.
Yeah, and they're just gonna, they shouldn't back right away either. I think they should let Olaf back off here, get some life, and then go for this Infernal. Because you definitely don't want the scaling team to be getting it.
So, personally, I think that what I've seen a lot of teams do is they immediately go for the Drake, but a lot of times you can force a team to concede the Drake if you push the lanes with Baron. So if they get mid lane pushing, you basically lock Too Fat to Kite out from going to the Baron. By going straight to the Drake, there's no reason for them not to contest right now. Yeah.
Oh, and they managed to take it, even though the Q from the Nunu wasn't able to land.
So they were able to get the Drake. They didn't lose anybody. Nunu winds up going down, not able to get the consumed smite. So right now, Too Fat to Kite is definitely in a position where they do not want to fight. They could potentially get that pick on the Olaf, but they want to just push out lanes and turtle. Because one lost team fight here could potentially be the game.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think they want to just pretty much concede their jungle on both sides right now. Focus on just clearing waves in the lanes.
I do not like this Olaf clearing his jungle camps. You guys got Baron. Start pushing lanes. Group up. There's no reason for the Olaf to be jungling right now.
Maybe he needs a little bit of gold to finish off an item.
I don't care. I'm a jungler, and I'm telling him he shouldn't be jungling right now. He should be with his team. He's putting his team in an artificial 4v5.
Yeah, he didn't even get an item.
It looks like they might get this pick on the Nunu.
He finished his Guardian Bangle.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, he did.
That is a pretty big purchase, I will agree. But still, they're losing a lot of valuable time on this Baron.
Was it worth it?
We'll find out.
Yeah, he's also splitting, which I feel like they should just have the Shen doing.
True. Looks like this might.
This tower should go down with the Demolish.
And the Nami.
Fiona's overstaying. Shen is on the Jinx.
The Lucian ult came down as well.
That's a lot of ultimates burned. Only Nico and Shen have their ultimates left.
Working on the
Gnar misses his ultimate. That's huge.
Nami ult. The Nunu down. Red side's ult. The only ult that they have is now is Shen. Jinx has her ult as well. Not much that they could do here.
Looks like they're going to try and go for the end right now. They burst out the Sylas. They get the kill on the Gnar. Death timers are pretty long. Leona's coming up.
We're working on.
Jinx has got to stay safe. If she gets caught, the game is over.
Yeah, Leona has to not go in. She just has to peel for the Jinx.
Yep.
But I think it's too
peel
late.
off this Nexus. Yeah. Oh.
I don't think it's gonna be enough with the Olaf ultimate. That's game 1 going to wasted potential. GG, well played.
GG.
What do you guys think about that matchup? I thought that it played out just about how we said it would, with wasted potential having to get that early game advantage. And unfortunately, Too Fat to Kite, they kept trying to go for those fights before their scaling came online.
Yeah, like I asked, I was asking you, what's the win condition for here, and they didn't do their win condition in order to end that game out, and they didn't do what I feel like that they needed, and then looking at the 11-1 Lucian from Azingi, yeah, he I could tell best ADC, he won that.
Azingi definitely hard carried. 43,000 damage to champions. The next closest was Nico at 25,000. That is a hard carry coming out from the Lucian.
Super.
All right, guys. Well, we are going to go to a break, and we'll be setting up for game 2. back for game 2. We got a few people who are doing bathroom breaks right now, but we're back. We're going to talk about the game. So what did you guys think about game 1, and what adjustments do you think that both teams should be making towards game 2?
Me personally,
Go ahead.
Me personally, too fat to kite. Like if they're gonna choose a scaling comp, they need to stick to it and not pick too many fights like they were.
I agree. They had the significantly better scaling comp, and they just, either forced or felt like they were forced into taking some fights that I don't feel like they really needed to. I think they were outvisioned early on with those 5 vision wards that were just left, I think, in the jungle for at least a little bit. They were cleaned out later on, but I feel like those are probably the 2 big things for me.
Yeah, I think that it really is going to come down to that Too Fat to Kite. They got to shut down Azingi. He was definitely the hard carry in that last game. So I'd actually like them to draft more catch potential on their side. They need to go for more champions that got that lockdown, hard CC, try to shut down the Zingy, because if he pops off again, it's going to be very hard for them to win this game.
Yeah, I completely agree. I will say, though, that Zilla and Toxic Jungler, I think, were 6-1 and 7-1, respectively.
That is true.
I think overall, just definitely slowing the game down if they're wanting to do a more late game, team fight, and wasted potential also goes for an early game comp as well. Because obviously we're talking, if both teams go the exact same sort of comp.
Yeah, I would also like to see a ban, the Nami ban, on the side of Too Fat to Kite. There's no reason to give the support on the side of Wasted Potential their main champion. They've got their support is over 400 games just this season alone on Nami. The next most played is 20 games with Morgana. So ban out that Nami. That's like obviously the comfort pick. You want to try and weaken that bot lane as much as possible.
Yeah, Wasted Potential already starting off with an ADC ban, which is Jin. Just what you were just saying, right? That they should weaken out the Too Fat to Kite's ADC and bot lane.
Yeah, I think that the last ban is on Too Fat to Kite has got to be the Kai'Sa. Got to keep a Zingy off of that Kai'Sa. I definitely like the Jhin and the Nautilus ban. Those are the 2 most commonly played champions in bot lane on the side of Too Fat to Kite. So curious to see what the last ban will be. Probably Renekton, maybe. Oh no, decided to go for the Poppy instead. Okay. Yep, Kai'Sa's the last ban. So I definitely like these bans on the side of Too Fat to Kite. First pick Shen. Wow, they are very confident in the Shen.
I mean, it worked really well last game. I don't see why they wouldn't go again. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think looking through Scholastic's channel.
Yeah, the Renekton. They left the Renekton up though, so now it's gonna be Shen versus Renekton. Which, God, unfortunately I'm not a top laner, so I don't know how this matchup goes. But I would think it would be Renekton favored in the early game.
And another Nunu pick for Too Fat to Kite.
Yeah, that is Lightning's most played champion. That is his comfort pick. He also plays a lot of Volibear, but he definitely likes the Nunu a lot. So definitely going more for comfort. Ooh, Morgana Caitlyn. That is a scary lane coming out on the side of Wasted Potential. That's actually one of the bot lanes I hate playing against the most. So this is going to be a very scary laning phase for Too Fat to Kite right now.
Yeah, as long as Morgana lands one binding, Caitlyn just drops a trap, and whoever is on that is pretty much dead unless they're tank.
Oh, last pick is the Xerath. I'm curious if this is going to go mid or support.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting flex.
That is an interesting flex.
it doesn't seem like it's on either of their picks.
Mhm.
The Morgana is actually a really good pick here because it seems like Free Cell's picks are Nautilus, Thresh, Morgana. That's his top three. Morgana
Mhm.
obviously beating the Thresh with just a simple Black Shield, and Nautilus being banned.
So the Sejuani Pantheon again, interesting band to the side of Too Fat to Kite. I like the Ezreal band. Get rid of one of those safe 80 carries. I would expect maybe another 80 carry band coming out. Really try to put the screws to Too Fat to Kite's 80 carry.
Yeah, definitely. I think they're trying to put the 80 carry on Jinx again,
Mm-hmm.
because their top picks are Jhin, Jinx, Ezreal, Tristana, and they completely left alone the Jinx, which is the number 2 pick, but banned the pick 3 and 4.
That's actually
So,
a really good point. That's a really good point. But instead, we get the Twitch. Interesting. So another hyper carry late game scaling champion.
yeah, I think this lane, no matter what the support picks, is going to be very, very uh, dangerous for Too Fat to Kite because Caitlyn Morgana in against a Twitch versus anything except for maybe Braum is going to be definitely very, very scary. I guess they could Janna maybe, and it would be sort of okay, but they're just gonna have to give up pretty much all bush, uh, all the bushes. They're not really gonna be able to do anything
Mm-hmm.
in that lane.
Yeah. So now we get the final pick. We'll be able to see whether this Xerath is going to support her mid. The Ari lock in on the side of wasted potential. But definitely was not seeing that. Ooh, hovering the Katarina. Do they lock it in? They do.
They do.
Wow, so Katarina Twitch. That is some crazy potential all in. I definitely like this. I like the adjustments they've made. I am really nervous for the bot lane on the side of Too Fat to Kite.
Yeah, 100%. I think they've sort of just been like, listen, we know we're not going to do well in that lane. We're going to be outclassed, so let's go for late game scaling there and try and get an early game lead in the other 2 lanes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, however, Ari and the Katarina, I think that should be a Ari favored as long as she leaves her charm up.
Yeah, and I think she, as long as she's played versus enough Katarinas, I think she knows that the Katarina, when she shunpos to her, she ends up behind her. So as long as she holds that charm and then just charms behind her, the Katarina all in is going to be really, really negated.
Yeah, definitely.
Eventually.
And Ari should be able to get the push on, so she should be able to roam first, potentially for bot lane plays.
Yeah, so have you been seeing Katarina at all in solo queue or just games that you play?
She seems like she's just hovering just right outside of the meta right now.
Yeah.
So especially in I see her a lot in the lower elos, but I haven't seen her that much in a lot of the higher elo games.
Yeah.
And especially with these people, they should be able to punish the Katarina, but I mean they got the Morgana CC. Olaf can't stop her ultimate. The Ari could with the charm. Shen could with the taunt. But there isn't a ton of hard crowd control on the side of wasted potential. So maybe that's what they're thinking, is as long as they track the crowd control, there may be a window for Katarina to be able to ult in and nobody will be able to stop her.
That's true. That's true. And as long as they get a Nunu knockup or Renekton dash stun on the Ari and all in, I mean, Ari's not super long range, so maybe that's what they're thinking. They can just get like an assassin 100-0 down on Ari before she gets to do anything.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually curious to see if Ari is going to go for the glacial augment build, or if she's going to go more for the standard AP burst.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see if she takes cleanse as well for the late game. I mean, she does get in and out. I think it's a little safer in and out than Katarina's because she doesn't have to get a kill for her resets. So I think the Ignite's probably better. But I don't really know. I don't really know if the Katarina is gonna, because I know that they took TP last game, but I don't really know if you want to be taking TP as Katarina.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be an Ignite Katarina. I'm actually surprised that no exhausts coming out on the side of Wasted Potential to potentially like shut down the Katarina or the Twitch when they go all in.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I guess it would have to be on the Ahri, because Morgana's probably not going to be close enough to be able to get an exhaust on the Twitch. Obviously, with Katarina wanting to go into the back line, they'll be close enough for the Katarina, but yeah, I think Ahri would probably be the better off one with the exhaust, but and it's showing as Ghost Cleanse again on Katarina. So.
He might just be doing that, and he's going to change at the last second. Maybe trolling his team a little bit.
Oh, she does go Cleanse. She does
Okay,
go Cleanse.
Interesting. Goes for the cleanse. I think that's actually smart from the Katarina. Goes for the cleanse. That's definitely the safer option. So I definitely like that coming out from the Katarina.
Yeah, I feel like it's quite interesting with these Twitch and Xerath switch up of the spells. Twitch is essentially living on a prayer that Xerath stays close enough that he's going to be able to get the heal off on him. Because Twitch was the one that took Ignite.
Yeah, interesting. That is an interesting change-up. Maybe they're looking for Twitch to be roaming early and potentially getting, an unstealth Ignite.
Oh, that is possible.
Combined with his Contaminate.
Yeah, sort of like a significantly closer level 6 Jin roam.
Yeah.
And speaking of exhausts, Morgana did end up taking.
Okay, I think that's a good call for at least one of them to take the exhaust.
Yeah,
especially if this goes into late game.
Yeah, and especially with the Twitch not taking heal. I think as long as they can get on him, we don't have to. They're not going to have to worry too much about his damage.
Yeah, that's one of the things is that with the Olaf, the Olaf can always get onto the Twitch.
Yeah.
So the Twitch has to be very careful with his positioning. The Caitlyn is definitely much safer, and if the Caitlyn Morgana lane gets ahead, it's going to be really scary for this team because the Caitlyn is just known for just knocking down towers fast.
Yeah, 100%. I think if Caitlyn gets as soon as Caitlyn gets IE rapid fire, like no one's going to be able to touch her. You're going to have to get like a Renekton flash double dash stun on her, but then no one's really going to be able to follow up on him. So they might be praying that Xerath gets a little ahead and gets to poke her out.
Yeah, I definitely think I favor the draft of Wasted Potential. I don't see a lot of ways that they're going to be able to get onto a Zingy on this Caitlyn.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think both drafts from Too Fat to Kite have been not like cheesy, but just like their win potential's a little like off, I guess.
They're definitely going for champion comfort rather than synergy, I feel.
Yeah, I agree.
So I definitely feel like Wasted Potential has a bit more cohesive team compositions and more clearly defined win conditions. And then, their bot lane is just ridiculously strong. So it's going to be very interesting to see if this Caitlyn is able to push her advantage against this Twitch. Twitch going Electrocute. This is really interesting.
Yeah, I'm really surprised with this. I mean, I think that he's going to be going for... I mean, obviously I can't see what exact range that he went, but he probably went for the damage on... Well, he could have either went for the lifesteal or the damage on, immobilized champions. So maybe he's hoping to be able to sneak in, throw down his slow, and then do damage. More of like not like an all-in but like poke or something. I don't really know, honestly.
Looks like both teams are pinging for bot side, but wasted potential is 5 stacking towards bot side.
Yeah, they're gonna go for the Morgana Q.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I think they stayed out of vision, and now Xerath sees them.
Yeah, there's no pings on them yet, though.
Okay, they're probably communicating in comms. They're just gonna get some wards down. Renekton looks like he's gonna go and try and ward the blue buff. Nunu might go for an invade.
Yeah,
Sides against it.
How do you feel about that? The level 1 scanners.
Minions have spawned.
I've been seeing it quite often from at least either the jungler or the support.
Mm-hmm.
In pro play, where they walk into the enemy jungle or a place where the enemy has warded, run the scanner through, and then the jungle just backs off immediately and then gets their ward. Or switches it where they run into the enemy jungle, place the ward down, and immediately back for the scanner. Oh, here's
Twitch level 1.
Yeah, the Twitch cheese.
Yeah, that's definitely a Twitch cheese.
Twitch is
I
gonna
don't know
be
if that
really
was worth
late.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's an
not at all.
ignite down. As far as the warding and the scanners, I do like to get an early ward onto the rafters of the enemy team. That definitely is very good for tracking jungler positions.
Yeah, 'cause
Olaf disconnected,
A summoner
so
has reconnected.
now he's reconnected very quickly. And my game is paused, so I may have just dropped out of the game as well.
Nope. I still have them paused as well.
Okay.
It's not grayed out. I generally don't spectate, so I don't know if if it generally like grays out for spectators, but yeah, I think Twitch was late on the first 3 melee minions.
Yeah, he was. So that's going to make his lane very hard. The Olaf did get spotted on that ward. So we'll see if Nunu goes to try to contest him at blue buff. They are rotating up. Katarina's roaming as well. They're all collapsing on this Olaf. It's going to be a 4v3. That's first blood going down. So yeah, he walked over that ward. They did a good job rotating to it.
Yeah, Twitch is super low now. Xerath already used his heal, so that is a scary, scary, scary lane. And he has electrocute, so I mean he's not even gonna get fleet footwork or anything healing.
Yep.
He's gonna rely on his Doran's Blade heal.
Yeah, he's in a very bad spot because he's not going to scale as well. And he is pretty far behind right now. Nunu's coming in. They do have vision on this. They get the bind on the Nunu. Trap down. That should be a good amount of damage. So Katarina wound up getting the double buffs. That should be able to sway her lane in her favor.
Yeah, double buffs and first blood on Katarina. Very, very, very good. I think the only better person to have it on would have been Twitch. And top lane, well, Nunu coming back in.
He does
Actually,
wind
gets
up getting
knocked
the double knockup. Forces the flash. That's the exhaust down though. Caitlyn's able to get the kill. Xerath gets a return kill. I think that Azingi played that very well. Same with Kalitaris.
Yeah, definitely. The exhaust did a big number there on the Twitch damage.
I do like how the Nunu is just like hard camping bot lane and just roaming between bot and mid over and over and over again. Ooh, gets charmed under the tower. He's going to go down for that. Yep, overextended just a little bit too far.
Yeah, he's even keeping up with CS. 18 to 20. Oh, it's
Twitch is
24
mid
now.
lane.
He
No
has Ignite
flash.
again? Yeah, he has Ignite again.
She's going to go out in tower.
I think she's going to die for it, though. Oh, she doesn't.
doesn't wind up dying. That was a very weird tower shot. I thought that she was gonna take that next tower shot, but she didn't. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with the adjustments that Too Fat to Kite has made. They're going hyper aggressive. They're really trying to take it to wasted potential early. They're doing a lot of cheese, but sometimes that's what you have to do if you feel like you're struggling against a team in a straight up fight. So Nunu was spotted. He is backing out. Twitch landed on the trap and got hit with a Morgana Q. Infernal Drake is up, so that is probably the next big fight that they want to go towards.
Oh, man.
Twitch might have to back, and that might open up the option for Olaf to go for Infernal. He went over the wall. Nunu's coming mid. I don't think he's going to wind up getting this gang.
No, I think at this point Nunu needs to back, collect up some experience at least. Because Olaf is doing the Infernal right now.
I don't think he knows that it's going on either, because Olaf went over the wall.
Yeah, I mean, he's just walking in here. I think, like, Katarina just hit 6. Yeah.
Twitch, surprisingly, has been able to stay in this lane. He's still pretty low health, but the Xerath has been bailing him out a lot, and the Katarina is roaming down. They should know this is coming. They're gonna go for the Morgana. I think she's just straight up dead. They might be able to get the trade kill onto the Katarina. Shen ult coming in. Last auto gets down on the Katarina. Shen misses his taunt. They probably want to disengage this.
Yeah, with Ahri coming down?
Ahri's coming in.
Oh,
she might be able to get... Yep, she should go down with the ultimate. That's well played on the side of wasted potential, but Renekton is pushing the tower in. He's already gotten one plate. He's proxying the wave, so he's doing all the right things. Shen probably wants to use his TP top. There we go, a little bit late. We might have a second plate going down. Looks like he's able to save it.
Oh no, he got it.
He got it, just went down. That last minion hit.
Yeah, so 8 minutes into the... Oh, another pause. 8 minutes into the game, Inferno going to... Okay, so it looks like Shen ended up DCing this time.
Yep. So it looks like we're having a little bit of difficulty. Shen's back. Okay, good. So yeah, right now game state. Actually, surprisingly, it is Too Fat to Kite that's got the gold advantage right now by about 400 gold, but the Infernal Drake is on the side of wasted potential.
Yeah, so I think scaling-wise... I mean, who would you say has a better scaling? I think it's definitely wasted potential.
I don't know, the Twitch, if he can get online, but the problem is that with his rune choices, it really messes with his scaling now. He's not going to have that late game rune, like a lethal tempo or a press the attack or anything. Renekton going in, getting a little bit of a trade.
Yeah, I know Renekton does better late game now.
Ooh, Morgana took a ton of damage.
Yeah, it looks like she doesn't have any pots either. I wonder if Xerath is close to 6 for his ultimate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Xerath is really starting to hurt. Katarina's all-inning. Doesn't get up the kill. Ahri is pretty low mana. I don't know if she can continue to fight. Ooh, that's gonna be Xerath going down. Oh, the flash by Frostbite and able to save
him.
Man. Oh, no. Not able to get flash over the stun. This might be Twitch going down. Wow. That was a roller coaster of emotions there.
Yeah, that was a whole bunch of, really great flashes.
Both great plays and horrible plays, but
Yeah.
overall, it was definitely a roller coaster. Olaf is able to get the kill onto the Nunu. Lane is pushing in, but Olaf is caught out a bit. Oh no, Morgana! That's execute.
Oh man. Is he gonna tower dive? Oh, he tower dived on a taunt. Oh, he still gets it though.
Ooh, he still gets it though. With the ultimate, the extra health allows him to get that tower dive. This Renekton is really popping off.
Yeah, he's up 30 CS.
Yeah, and he's got 3 plates too. I think a lot of the gold advantage right now. Wow, the gold advantage is almost 1,400 for the Renekton. But the Caitlyn has a 1,000 gold advantage on the bot side.
Yeah, Caitlyn's probably what, like 1,000 gold away from IE? Probably even less than that, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's
flash.
getting a flash from the Ahri. Okay. You got another Infernal Drake spawning very soon. That could be another potential huge fight.
Yeah, I think this is definitely. I think so. It even has TP advantage, so I think this might be the fight that Too Fat to Kite actually wants to take, because they'll have TP advantage top lane.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that obviously Shen will just ult, but
yep. Yeah, if the Renekton is able to get some decent damage down onto the Shen, I think that might be enough to allow them to take the Infernal Drake.
Yeah, Olaf's bot side again. And Nunu walking mid again when I think he should be walking.
Renekton is trying to proxy the lane again. So he's trying to create as much pressure as he can to try and allow them to set up this Infernal Drake. But it looks like Waste of Potential's already started it. Nunu's coming in. That's a Shen ultimate going down.
Shen doesn't show.
Jungler's down.
Renekton can TP now.
Nunu gets the Smite Consume, and they're able to kill the Caitlyn before they get the kill on the Twitch. Morgana winds up getting it. Renekton's tower diving.
Another plate.
Yeah, 4 plates down. This tower's gonna go down within the next wave.
Yeah, I think Nunu wants to go clear his red side and then go top lane and just shove this in. Renekton's gonna take the blue buff, so Olaf's definitely gonna be going up there for the gank.
Yeah, this Renekton is pretty scary right now. And now he's trying to tax the blue side jungle of the Olaf. Looks like the Olaf and the Ahri are going to try and collapse onto the Renekton. Renekton can 2v1 right now, I think. They don't know. Uh-oh. Yep, he's going to get at least 1 kill. Oh, no, he doesn't get it. Wow.
Yeah, I think
just barely.
I think he forgot to use his Tiamat. I think if he got the Tiamat there, he would have got the kill.
Mm-hmm. So that's big. Renekton's off the map now for 18 seconds.
It'll be interesting to see if he uses the TP. I mean, there's really no ward spot lane to use it on though, so...
Yeah, I think it's probably just
TP
safe
top,
to
yeah.
either TP, or he might not even TP. He might just be willing to give up a few minions to save. Oh no, he's gonna TP.
Yeah, there it
So
is.
you gotta try and set up a freeze in top lane instead. That's actually pretty smart.
Nunu's coming. Shen's backing.
Yeah.
I think
He
they
does
really
have-
want this ward. I think they should have let him back. I guess he has TP. But it would have used his TP just to save the tower, and it probably would have went anyways.
Yeah, and Renekton does have Tiamat, I forgot, so he's gonna pretty much auto push the lane. He can't freeze it that well. Olaf's bot side, he's giving up some of his ability to farm up by being here.
Yeah, I definitely think Nunu should have helped Renekton walk that last wave in and got that last plate.
Yeah, I think that might have been a little bit of misplay. Ooh, Caitlyn forced the flash.
Morgana flash there.
Renekton ulting. He's got the damage.
He didn't forget about the team out that time.
Yep. Yeah, this Renekton is really scary now. Flash out from the Xerath. Doesn't wind up going down to the Caitlyn ultimate.
Oh, cancel.
Oh, wow. Xerath ultimate. So the entire composition of this game has changed because the Renekton is so far ahead. He is generating so much pressure on the top side of the map. Ooh, Twitch flashes under the tower. He's gonna go down.
Oh man, that was so close.
Yeah, I don't think he needed to do that. Because the Katarina and the Nunu were coming down. They could have just dove the Caitlyn.
Yeah, I completely agree. He did get the heal out, and I know Ignite has like what 25 seconds quicker cooldown than the heal. Mm-hmm. So if he gets to go all in again before the heal comes back up with his Ignite, it might be worth. But we'll see.
So the only objective on the map right now is the Rift Herald.
In less than a minute, though, we do have the third Infernal.
Katarina got a good back timing to be able to set up for this Infernal. She should be able to buy. She's got her completed Gunblade, so she's getting pretty scary. She's 5-1 now.
Yeah, Noonan really needs to back too. He's got 2,200 gold, and he's got 40 seconds, 35 before the dragon shows, and that 2,000 gold is quite a bit. He has no boots.
Yep. Looks like Nunu and Renekton are instead going to go for the Rift Herald to try and take that off the map before the Drake spawns. I don't think that Wasted Potential can contest this at all.
No, definitely not. I wonder if they're going to try and go for inhib topside, like clear 2 towers while Olaf clears the Infernal.
I think that they actually made a mistake giving the Nunu that the Eye of the Herald. I think that they give it to Renekton. They create a ton of pressure. They drop the Herald right now in top lane.
Yeah, Nunu has 2,500 gold right now.
Yep.
I think that Herald could have been gotten after this Infernal fight.
I didn't mind the Herald take. I just think they should have put it on the Renekton so he could have dropped it right now, which would have created a lot of pressure on the top side of the map.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Nunu's trying to go in. Xerath ultimate goes down. Winds up getting 1 hit, I think. That's the stopwatch from the Morgana. Morgana goes down.
Xerath needs to heal.
Shen ultimate coming in. Shen eats the snowball. Ooh, ultimate from the Katarina. She winds up not getting any kills. Amazing fight from the Caitlyn. Renekton is proxying in the base right now.
Yeah, he just took two lanes worth of CS. But I don't think that's worth it all.
No, definitely not. This Caitlyn is just massive now. She's 7-3. They wind up shutting down the Katarina as well, who is 5-1.
Yeah.
This Morgana can get dove really easily.
Yeah,
looks like they're paying for him to back off.
Up 2,000 gold is the Caitlyn.
Yep.
And that 2,000 gold on that Nunu, I mean, that was... He ended up buying, getting 450 extra health. I mean, I know he was the last person to die. But I wonder... I guess that probably wouldn't have made that much difference.
Yeah, I think that they're making a little bit of a mistake. I think Shen should be going bot lane right now, and Caitlyn should be going top. But it looks like they're going to keep it in the standard lane matchup, so Caitlyn going bot side. Rift Herald gets summoned in mid lane. This should be the mid-outer going down.
Yeah, well, they go for the crash on the tier 2.
Yeah, this is actually
looks
a good
like
play. They're going to get the crash, and they're also going to get the bot outer tower with the Xerath and the Twitch pushing there. So actually a great usage of Rift Herald. They wind up going to get 2 towers and a charge on the 3rd tower.
Yeah, up almost 4,000 gold.
I think this Shen really needs to get a Bramble Vest. That's probably his next item, I'm guessing.
Oh man.
Ari lands the
Renekton's
charm.
definitely down.
Yep.
And Caitlyn getting a shun.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's huge. Caitlyn getting that shut down is massive. So we're in a very interesting game state right now. It's 2 Infernals to 1 in favor of Wasted Potential. Baron has just spawned. And right now, Too Fat to Kite, they are the ones who have a 3,500 gold lead, but most of that gold lead is on this Renekton, I believe. Actually, Katarina's got a decent amount of gold too.
Yeah, 1,200
Yeah.
on the Katarina.
Yeah, Renekton's got a 4,000 gold lead over the Shen. So pretty much all of the gold lead is on the Renekton right now, and unfortunately, Renekton falls off way harder than the Caitlyn, who's got most of the gold on the side of Wasted Potential.
Well, TP into lane.
Behind the Ari, forces out the flash. Renekton flashes forward. He's going down. Oh man, that was a really bad play. That's a huge amount of their gold is now going to be down for 38 seconds. They can try and potentially force the Baron. Wow, great play by the Caitlyn. Flashes forward, gets the kill onto the Katarina, and they kill the jungler. They definitely want to retreat back towards Baron. Xerath ultimate coming down, trying to pick off the Olaf. Shen is definitely going to need to tank this. Olaf will have to heal up using his W. Olaf is sticking around, but if he gets hit with one of these Xerath Qs, he could go down to leave them smiteless. Looks like their decision is to peel off. They wind up trading 1 for 1. They're back on it, but Olaf is going to go down. They don't have a smite anymore.
Yeah, Twitch left. He needs to stay.
And they wind up getting the Baron, even though there's no smite. A very hairy Baron call, but Wasted Potential winds up getting it. So now, with that fight, the gold is almost equalized. They're within 1,000. And this Caitlyn is absolutely massive. 11-3 with 3 items completed now.
Yeah, she's an item and a half ahead of the Twitch. I mean, Twitch does have 2K in his bank right now, but even then, she's still going to be 1 item ahead. And as a Caitlyn, that's huge.
Yeah, it's absolutely massive. I do like how this Renekton is just eating a lot of Olaf's farm. Olaf is going to be in a horrible position right now. He has nothing to farm. He doesn't scale that well. So that's definitely neutralizing the Olaf jungle. Caitlyn ultimate goes down, able to be blocked. But Xerath and Katarina are very low, and there's a Drake about to spawn. And Wasted Potential still does have the Baron, so the push is on in mid lane.
Yeah, Renekton trying to get a...
Renekton's trying to flank. I don't know if they want to go for this, though.
No, definitely not at all.
They spot him out. That's the flash in the Nunu. And the siege continues. Katarina's low. Xerath is low. Xerath winds up ulting. Renekton goes in. He's going to go down without getting much done. I feel like they're just a little bit off right now. The Renekton's going in a bit too early, and he's winding up. That huge gold lead he has isn't helping them that much at all right now.
Yeah, all the damage that he did was negated with just that simple...
Nunu's gonna go down. He's caught pretty hard. He's gonna try to walk out. Katarina goes in to try and save him. But both of them wind up going down. Those are some massive crits from the Caitlyn. Twitch is flanking. He's gonna try and get 2 executes. Winds up getting 2 kills. He's able to retreat. Meanwhile, Wasted Potential can back off and just go straight to the Drake. So wow, now the gold is dead even. Towers are dead even, but Drakes are now going to be 3-1 in favor of Wasted Potential.
Yeah, the next dragon's going to be coming up right at 30 minutes. And if they clean that one immediately as it comes up, they could actually potentially get a second one right before Elder shows. And if the game ends up going that long, that'll end up being a huge, huge Elder.
Yeah, the question is, do they want to stall that out for another Drake, or do they want to just go one more Drake into the Elder? To basically have the Elder spawn as soon as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like next one's Mountain. Yeah, I don't know. Well, Renekton going in on this, but
yeah, Renekton has popped his ultimate. Shen pumps away.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to chase
coming down. Yep. Shen may try to go back in again. He doesn't have flash, but taunt should be up pretty soon. Okay, Renekton gets away. I definitely think this Shen wants to go towards a Thornmail to try and cut the healing of both the Twitch and the Renekton and the Nunu, for that matter. So right now we're kind of in a map state where there's not really any neutral objectives to get. I think that probably the best call would be Waste Potential going top side. This top outer is still up. There's not that many objectives really for Too Fat to Kite to take. I mean, the Shen and the Renekton can push each other around for a while. The Renekton does have some kill pressure, but I do think the Shen will be able to get out. Or maybe not. Ooh, just barely.
Oh, no.
Flash goes down. I think he just overstayed a little bit too long.
Yeah, if he had gotten that Thornmail, all that healing, I mean, I guess, honestly, even if he went Ninja Tabby, I think he would have been better off there. I think the Merc Treads overall is probably better, because I don't think he really wants to get too much magic resist, because it's just, well, I mean, I guess there is Xerath too.
I mean, the Shed has got another null magic mantle, so he's going for potentially a Spirit Visage or something.
Yeah.
Looks like they're trying to look for a pick potentially onto Nunu. Mid lane's going to auto push because the inhibitor down. They're pushing out top lane. So they are set up to potentially do this Baron when it spawns. It's got to clear out all the vision. Ooh, Ari lands the charm. Decides not to go in on it. That's Ari ultimate down now. Caitlyn has GA, so that's going to make it extremely hard in this next fight. Because even if they get onto the Caitlyn, she will be able to res.
Oh, Nunu is caught out, and that might
Nunu
be their...
very caught out.
Yeah, there goes their potential for Baron. And
yeah, they might even be able to get this tower, too. Shen is continuing to split in bot side as well. Renekton has grouped up with his team, so that's a free push for the Shen onto the bot inner.
Yeah, I think Renekton just needs to back.
Is hurting.
Yeah,
wow.
I think Renekton just needs to go clear against the Shen. They do have Xerath to, clear the waves.
Yeah.
And they don't have Baron, so it's not like Xerath is going to do no damage to them, but...
Xerath did wind up having to blow his flash to avoid the Caitlyn E. Renekton goes all in. He might get the Olaf, but I think he's going down. Twitch overextends. He's definitely going to go down. Nunu comes in. Caitlyn flashes brilliantly. Winds up getting the charm on the Nunu. Nunu goes down. This probably will be game. Death timers are pretty long. Looks like they're going to try and push mid instead. I think this is the right call.
Inhib coming up, though.
That is true. Inhib's almost back up again. That might delay them long enough. They can rotate the bot lane instead and go for the bot inhibitor.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to end up taking 2 inhibs over the game. Or maybe
Twitch
they were just...
still got 12 seconds. Renekton is at 17 seconds. I don't know if they can end, but I think they can get at least one Nexus Towers if they want to stay. It is risky, though. They could just reset, go for the Mountain Drake.
Yeah, red team sees them going. I think red team might want to YOLO the Baron right now. They have vision on it.
I don't know if they can, though, with supers pushing in on 2 lanes. I think their best bet is actually just to go for a Nunu Flash Consume Smite. Nunu does have Flash. They don't have any blue trinkets available on the side of Too Fat to Kite, but they do have the pink ward that is going to get cleared. Nunu has no wards available and no pink wards available either. So they need to send Nunu and somebody who's got a ward, potentially try and steal this Baron. I think that's the only play they can go for right now.
Yeah, I think they might have to get vision with Xerath ulti. And
That's actually a good call. Yeah.
And just, I don't know, I think Nunu should sell his 2 pots there and get 2 pinks.
Mm-hmm.
And try and...
The thing is that wasted potential, they don't have to do anything. They can just wait for mid lane and bot lane to push in. And Too Fat to Kite has to respond to it. And as soon as they respond, they can go back towards the Baron. Nunu's out of position. He's not going to be there in time for the smite, I don't think. Yeah, I think Nunu made a mistake there. He needed to stay next to the Baron, potentially go for that steal. Katarina winds up having to flash.
I think she's still dead. Oh, never mind. The Shenpo to Xerath.
Alright, it's going to come down to a final stand at the 3rd inhibitor. Nunu ultimate goes down. Doesn't hit anything. That's a huge tool that's out of their toolbox now.
Yeah, Caitlyn is full items.
Full items with GA. Nunu gets charmed up. Caitlyn's just tearing through him. Xerath ultimate goes down. Ari's going in. Xerath goes down. Renekton goes for the kill. And Caitlyn does have the GA still. They still aren't even able to pop the GA. Caitlyn stays alive and just shreds through the team. And that's going to wind up being the game. That's wasted potential. It's going to wind up 2-0ing Too Fat to Kite. Great carries from a Zingy in both of those games. He is definitely a force to be reckoned with. GG, well played. Wow. Whew. What did you think about that game?
Yeah, that game was... I think it was a lot more even than the first one. You know, I think Too Fat to Kite got a couple of more, you know, licks in early game, but late game, Caitlyn just got on and did her thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think that I like the adjustments that Too Fat to Kite make. They went more for a cheesy style, but I think they felt like in a straight up fight they weren't favored. So I definitely appreciate the cojones they showed in going for that more cheesy style. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off for them. It helped them a little bit. I agree that that game was a little bit more even. But wow, that bot lane, they did a great job. I think just in general, Wasted Potential did an amazing job. And I definitely think that the top laner from Too Fat to Kite also played that really well, especially game 2 on that Renekton. Played amazingly well. So I think that is going to wind up being the stream. So thank you guys very much. We are going to sign off.
Yeah, GG. Thanks for everybody that came in, watched. Thanks for the teams that played. Thanks for, you know, just Casual Esports overall for hosting this fantastic tournament.
All right, thank you guys. Signing off.